Welcome back to Shelf Warmers. I'm Sam.
And I'm Andrew.
This is the podcast where we watch and discuss movies from roughly 2012 to 2020, also known as the pump and dump period of Hollywood. Not exactly a golden age, but definitely a time of high fertility for Tinseltown.
Well, it was so fertile, in fact, that we did not see many of the movies that were produced. So if they're good, they're bad, or just meh, we're going to cover them all. If they've been sitting on the shelf, well, Sam, I think it's time to take it down. Do you want to hear the joke I was just thinking of when you were doing the intro? If you've been sitting on the shelf for 5 to 10 years, you might be a shelf warmer.
Have you been sitting on a shelf collecting dust? Were you released in May of 2015? If so, you may be entitled to a shelf warmer compensation.
I see. I think I have such like a rotten brain that I thought you were doing the Ghostbusters thing.
In some ways, yeah.
Yeah, in some ways it all goes back to Ghostbusters, doesn't it?
Ghostbusters is top 10 movie of the 80s?
Maybe, yeah.
Do
you think that was a formative? Do you think that was a formative film for you?
Oh my god! It informed, like, I wanted to be Peter Venkman.
I wanted to be Ray Stantz. maybe that's why we're the perfect duo.
Okay, we've been getting a lot of feedback online about a possible fan casting of me being the Bill Murray role in Ghostbusters and Andrew being
Danny Aykroyd.
And what if we did like a Saturday night movie about the making of Ghostbusters?
Oh, wow.
What if they did that and they had Dylan O'Brien come back and play
Aykroyd and, well, you didn't have Murray, so.
Who would play Murray?
Sam Fenkel.
Fuck.
I wonder if you have this thing. I had this last night while watching our movie, American Ultra. I was looking at 70-year-old Bill Pullman. No, he's probably not 70. He's probably 60 in this. But kind of this thing where I watched Ghostbusters so many times as a kid, Groundhog Day and all this stuff, that when I saw Murray, in 2011, and he looks like a melted ball sack, I was like, oh my god, what happened to this guy? I didn't have the concept of he's aged so much, but even in the sense of for Dan Aykroyd as a he's a larger man as he got older. He's into the vodka, he's into aliens. It was so bizarre for me to see him at 22, at our age in 1975, be a sex symbol, rides motorcycles and really into guns. And I was like, oh, he's just a old fat autistic man that loves vodka. And I'm and Murray's a melted ball sack. And I was like, oh, they were really cool.
They were. I mean, Murray was one of the biggest comedy stars of the 80s. One of the biggest movie stars, just generally speaking. And then he kind of has that cool thing where he ends up in all the Wes Anderson movies at the turn of the century.
Do you think it just... I feel like it's less of a thing nowadays, but you just think it is something that every comedian from 1980 to 2005 had to do, where it was just all right, you're funny for 10 years and you go into some dramatic roles and then you get older and you go back to comedies.
But the comedies are not what they used to be.
Yes, and now it's just you're a stand-up and then you're probably a supporting role in a dramedy, and then you never really have a movie career.
And then you're done.
Well,
what about Bob?
What about Bob?
Who directed that?
Frank Oz.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not John Landis?
Not John Landis.
Because I wanted to tie in John Landis to today's screenwriter.
Yeah.
The infamous...
Max Landis.
So,
yeah. So, for people who don't know, I would say Max Landis was a formative, figure or a person for our...
He's a figure of Shelf Warmers era.
Absolutely. He's the son of Max Landis. He's the son of John Landis. He's a very famous director. He's a director of... American Werewolf in London,
Blues Brothers,
Trading
Places, Animal House, Coming to America, and infamously the Twilight Zone movie.
Yeah, which killed 3 people.
Terrible.
And he got away with it. And he's look. The family is not a good family. I think we can say that without getting into any legal issue. Yeah. But Max has a lot of accusations against him. He's a very hated man. His father's a very hated man. He's hated by Eddie Murphy. He's hated by, I guess, probably most of Hollywood. He's kind of in the old guard where I bet like Steven Spielberg still talks to him.
To Landis?
Yeah, because he's like, we're old friends. But yeah, he's hated. I would say the whole family's hated.
I guess he is obviously like a nepo baby. Did he have like a presence online? Like, how was he how was he known to the average 15-year-old such as us?
We were really into some YouTube channels when we were younger called Schmoes Know, in the vein of like Jeremy Johns and Chris Stuckman, like in Screen Junkies.
Mm-hmm.
And I first became familiar with Max Landis through probably his work on this movie and Victor Frankenstein, which both came out in 2015.
Yes.
He went on Screen Junkies. He went on Movie Fights,
which I loved.
Yeah, and so it's a fun fact about Max Landis. It's like not a fun fact. It sucks, but
here's a really shitty fucking fact about Max Landis.
He's the guy who coined the term. I like the Mary Sue.
He coined that term?
Yeah, for Mary Sue. He coined it about Rey.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because he hated The Force Awakens and hated Rey, and he did that and inadvertently caused the whole wave of sexism and like hate against all those movies and Daisy Ridley.
Misogynist icon for
Max
better
Landis.
And worse, mostly worse.
He's also, I know him very well for his really funny tweet where he was writing The Bright, which obviously Bright's a terrible movie. It's a famous, awful movie. And he tweeted that he thinks it's his Star Wars. And then it came out and it's
it is what it is.
So he's just an embarrassing loser.
And he also wrote American Ultra,
which is our movie today.
Which is the romance spy action comedy film directed by Nimor Norizada.
That's like a fake name.
The last few directors have been like fake names.
Nimor. We'd be all night long. Frank Oz.
Frank Oz, everybody. I told somebody I was talking to someone recently. Maybe it was my girlfriend.
Oh, as a Shelf Warmers exclusive, Sam has a girlfriend.
I was like, yeah, well, I actually don't think it was her, but it was like.
Sorry, y'all. I just wanted to flex.
I just wanted to flex. I have a girlfriend. I was like, yeah, the same guy voices Fozzie, Miss Piggy, and Bert. And this person was like, what? I was like, yeah, Frank Oz. He's like he's second in command. And then I was like, he's also Yoda. And this person was like, what? This is the first time I'm hearing of this person. And I was like, we need to put some goddamn respect on Frank Oz's name.
We need to...
His bald head.
Well, he probably is a shelf warmer. Death at a Funeral. I don't know if that's post 2010 or not.
Where the fuck do you have this knowledge?
I don't know.
Do you have like an iCloud drive?
I'd apologize to Lance because I got us off Frank Oz and I brought us back to Frank Oz by accident.
Frank Oz truther.
Frank Oz truther. Because honestly, I think you and I probably could do a whole, I would say, like hour and a half long podcast just on the works of Frank Oz. It's like, how did you come up with like the difference in the Miss Piggy voice and Yoda? No, do not. There is no try. Like there is like.
I'm trying to find his filmography.
But the difference in the graveliness of the Miss Piggy and the Kermie to the young Skywalker. Like there is a difference in the Frank Oz, but it's so subtle.
But he does Bert as well, right? And Bert,
he's Ernie. I thought.
I think he's Bert.
I think he's Ernie, and he's Oscar the Grouch, right?
Bert and Ernie.
What do we know? Was Oscar like Carol Spinelli? We know a lot about the Muppets and Sesame Street.
Bert and Ernie.
Like an incredible amount. I mean, I think those were the most.
No, Frank Oz is Bert, bro.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He's also he's Grover in Cookie Monster, right?
Cookie Monster. He kind of has the best characters, low key.
And he's Sam the Eagle. Kermit, I don't know if I have a Sam the Eagle. I've never tried it before.
It's close.
It's in that cadence, but it's not quite right. I think my Rolf the Dog's pretty good, though, man.
Whoa.
I've got it a lot better, but it's also a little bit Dr. Teeth.
We love the Muppets here on Shelf Warmers.
our producer told us that when we do impressions, they do it really well. Yay! So now we're doing all impressions for clips for social media
every day.
every day. Clips for social
They
media.
test very well.
Really well. Hey, gummy. That was Fozzie, but that also sounded. That was Fozzie, but I said the piggy line.
Can I do Gonzo? Gonzo's not bad.
That's Marge.
Holy.
Do another.
American Ultra.
American Ultra. So,
Lisa.
see, we're having fun here. And you know what this movie lacks?
Fun. Yeah.
This is a stoner romance comedy spy movie, and somehow it's the most boring movie we've watched for the podcast.
They don't use weed enough in it.
Yeah, what?
Like he hits one person with a bong maybe, or does he not even hit anyone with a bong?
Well, first of all, I don't know if you caught it, but it's like CGI smoke.
Oh yeah, I did catch that.
He's
in the tub in the opening scene.
Yeah, it's like digital smoke coming out of his mouth, which I first kind of caught wind of when I was listening to the Social Network commentary with Fincher. Yeah? And there's that great scene with Garfield and, ironically, Jesse Eisenberg. Yeah. And they're outside of like the Phoenix Club and they're in the cold and it's like Boston. And Fincher does like 80, 50 fucking takes. So they're like standing out there in the cold, quote unquote. And there's like this, you can see their breath in the scene.
Yeah.
But it's digitally added.
Oh.
Like the...
Because I would have thought that it would just been like, Eisenberg just has a thing that was smoking. He doesn't seem to me like a smoker, and I feel like he'd be like, I don't want to do that. Like, I do not want to smoke like fake cigarettes.
Well, Jesse, it's a stoner comedy.
Like, so. Okay, he's like, okay, well, you can CGI it. They're like, that's like half our budget. I will say though that this movie has a budget. Like, I was looking at it, and I was kind of like, oh, like they're actually doing some stuff, like like they're blowing things up. Like it looks.
Yeah, I like the fireworks involved, which we'll get to later. Yeah. But directed by Nima What's-his-face, who also did Project X.
Oh, wow. I actually I didn't do research on the director. I kind of assumed Max Landis, he directed it. I don't know why.
I don't think he's ever really directed anything.
No, he directed one called Me, Him, Her, I think.
You know all the Landis knowledge.
I was like Andrew in 2015, I really liked Max Landis. I don't know why.
Well, it was like he was a cool screenwriter guy.
Yeah, I guess he probably was the first type of screenwriter that I like saw on the things I liked. And I was like, oh, he's involved. Like, yeah, he's involved. He's engaging with these things.
But Project X is a genuinely funny movie.
Really good. Yeah,
it's 2012, so it's right before this. And it kind of makes sense where it's like, oh, that was a great kind of low-budget comedy. Boom, let's kind of give you an upgrade, give you this Landis script, and you'll make a stoner comedy. Yeah, and I
would say I only have, not only have praise, but I would give a lot of praise to Nemor because I think this movie, I think it looks good.
Nima Nourizadeh, director?
Yeah, he's doing a good job with probably like a low budget film. Like he's making the stuff look like it has an aesthetic to it that I think is like a cool thing for it.
I do think even though I think the cinematography itself is actually a little lacking, but the production design and the wardrobe is really pretty good.
I think the fight scenes suck though, which is kind of a weird part of this.
It's a bummer.
It's a bummer. But they look terrible.
Yeah.
And like you cannot tell
they kind of look like YouTube
what's
videos
happening.
A little.
Yeah. It is funny though, because like this is in the same vein as actually I think this kind of works out in his release schedule, but opening this week, Nobody 2, it does kind of work in the Nobody. Holiday Roll. Sorry, that's in the trailer.
What are you singing? I'm just doing a little TikTok sound.
Oh.
Nobody.
I got the first trailer. They used the nobody.
Oh, that song.
Yeah.
Check out the Nobody playlist on the Shellformers Spotify account.
I think I mentioned this before, but we have like we have an insane memory for songs used in trailers.
I think we mentioned that last week with the
in Ant-Man 3. Yeah, but Nobody 2 trailer they used Holiday Roll.
That is good. That's a good trailer.
It's a good trailer. It's a great trailer. I think this was before the era. This is like right after the of the first John Wick. There wasn't really that vibe of like, hey, like you're a celebrity and you sign on for the action movie. You really have to try for the action. Like, you know, like Bob Odenkirk, like, you know, like he trained for a year for Nobody Won.
Yeah.
I think Eisenberg like rolled out of bed, like he's kind of, and that is the vibe is like, oh, like he's not really in shape for action. That's the funny part of it. But he's like, seems like really like he did like, I feel like in every shot of like all the fight scenes, you can tell it's not Jesse Eisenberg.
Well, part of the pitch of the movie is like, it's this story about a stoner who discovers he was part of a secret government program and he's actually a sleeper agent, kind of like Lucky Barnes, perhaps.
Some could say that, yeah.
And it is kind of this mashup between, I think, like Pineapple Express and like The Bourne Identity is how it's kind of described.
Yeah.
But like Eisenberg is expected to do like these action scenes. And in my research, I found this clip from the Today Show. And it's Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart and like the Today Show people.
Yeah.
And it's like 480p because it's like YouTube 2015. And for some reason, I guess NBC couldn't figure out how to put up HD quality clips.
I do have to know, is it Matt Lauer?
No, but
It's not
I
the
will
star
say,
of Zoolander 2?
I will say, sometimes when I look back, for whatever reason, when I usually look up the title of the movie on YouTube, and I usually scroll until I see like a Today Show clip. And the ones that are pre-2016, 2017 are all Matt Lauer talking to the movie stars.
He was the guy.
He was the guy. And I think it was Willie Geist, who I love.
Oh, yeah.
Willie Geist was like, oh, Jesse, like you're doing the action stuff in this movie. That's kind of a change of pace. And Eisenberg's pretty funny. He's like, yeah, you know, most of my movies are, you know, guys complaining in rooms. And now I get to have some fun and do an action movie.
He's quick. He's good.
I liked him more in this little press junket snippet from American Ultra than just recently with the Cousin movie. The
A Real Pain.
I thought him on that junket, he was more kind of serious.
Well, yeah, because he was like this time, like, you know, like I'm the director, so he kind of has like to be like, I'm serious about this movie because it's an Oscar contender.
And then Kieran got his Oscar for playing himself.
For playing himself in a lead role.
Great.
And he got it for supporting actor. Category fraud. I will say real quick, I have an alternative title based on the joke you made earlier.
Okay.
Instead of American Ultra, they should call it The Winter Stoner.
The Winter Stoner. What is like that?
Because like the Winter Soldier. Because he said Bucky Barnes.
You got to give me like my trigger word. I don't know what you're talking about unless you say
MCU. The Winter Stoner. Sam, also real quick, do you know what this movie opened against?
I know it was 2015, which is like the pinnacle of shelf warmer years.
It maybe is the best year for shelf warmers because it opened against I would say like two shelf warmers too.
What was it?
One was a reboot of a franchise that had failed to launch about like 10 years before.
I didn't understand a word of what you just said.
Okay. So one was a reboot.
A reboot of a cousin of a son of a killer in a helicopter.
It was a reboot of a video game movie that had failed to launch about a decade before, starring Timothy Olyphant.
Olyphant?
Yeah. And they tried to do it again 10 years later, and it failed again.
Jesus. Tough beat for this.
Do you have any idea?
No.
Hitman. Agent 47.
No conception of those movies. We definitely have to cover with Hitman Agent 47.
Yeah. Another one is a sequel to a horror movie that came out 3 years before that.
2012 again?
Yeah.
Conjuring?
Nope. Well, no. But this one, the first one was labeled the scariest movie of all time.
That's fucking every movie. That's Together. That's Weapons. That's Long Legs.
No, but this one, like, actually, like there was a thing. It was like, oh, like, you check the heart rate for the average audience goer throughout. It's actually technically like the scariest movie of all time. And probably fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson. That fucking nerd was probably.
Let's not talk about him anymore.
I don't want to talk about him anymore.
He sent us a cease and desist letter.
Yeah, but he was so pompous in it. Oh my god.
Yeah, he sent like his whole video where he was like,
"Hey, Did you know that there's 8 billion stars in the galaxy, and well, you guys is two. Well, you guys aren't stars, and I am.
I'm a big beautiful star." He did like the Boogie Nights end monologue, and he whipped out his dick. And it was really weird.
And it was a prosthetic.
And then Living Thing played, and I was like, okay, it's kind of nice.
But it was strange because it was the exact. Because he was wearing the exact fake dick that Mark Wahlberg he wears at the end of Boogie Nights, so we could like tell.
Yeah, he had this like.
He wasn't trying to fake it.
Yeah, and it was like old at that point. The movie's like 30 years old.
Yeah, so like he had a gray fake penis.
Yeah, he had the white suit. Looked good.
Okay. Well, do you want to guess what the other movie is to open up against?
Sinister.
Yep.
Sinister
2. Ding 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 ding.
I love Sinister 1, directed by
Scott Derrickson.
Yeah, Scotty Derrickson.
Have you seen the pictures of him on set where he looks so much like Ethan Hawke? Like he just like there are these photos of them on set, and like he made Ethan Hawke in that movie like look like him. It's like really strange.
Oh, that's funny. I think I got Scott Derrickson confused with Peyton Reed.
Peyton Reed is the director of Ant-Man.
We need to be lobotomized. We're genuinely going down a bad path.
Sam, do you have a plot synopsis for this movie? So just so we can like catch the audience up, or do you like to try to get up to speed again?
I mean, like we said, you can kind of imagine where it's going. Basically, we open. It does that thing where it's like opens in the future. He's like in the interrogation room. He's beat to shit. He looks so horrible.
He does. He looks scary by the end.
He's got like these burn prosthetics. Like his forehead is like protruding. He has this long hair in the movie Eisenberg. And then we get like
a wig, right?
It must be.
Yeah.
And then
he has real hair at the end. And I'm like,
his real hair would have been like curly and beautiful. Yeah. It looks gross in this one. And he kind of lives in this sleepy town in West Virginia. He works at a convenience store. And we kind of flash back and we kind of see the whole movie briefly in like a 30-second, like crazy editing, very 2015, like kind of dated at this point. And then boom, we're at the airport and he's there with his girlfriend, played by Kristen Stewart. And he's having like a panic attack in the bathroom. And he can't, like, he has such this strong anxiety about leaving town, right? So it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, he feels weird about leaving this little West Virginia town. And they're both stoners. They live in a house. They smoke.
They watch old cartoons and stuff together.
Sounds kind of awesome, actually.
They're happy with it. You know,
it works for them. It works for them.
And she works at, I don't know where she works because you see her place of business for like 1 second and it's like a weird old office and she's there like in the middle of the night.
Oh, she works at a bail bond place. And they're always calling each other. They have like these old phones, which I feel like phones would look even more advanced than the ones they have in this movie.
2015, yeah, because iPhone been out since like 08 or 09. So yeah, it's like 7 years of iPhones. Probably iPhone 4 or 5 at that point, yeah. Well, so like, like they're stoners. They're spending their money on weed.
Yeah. And there's also like this pre-legalization era.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's the cops, they get pulled over and she's like, "Are you holding?"
Yeah.
He's like, "No, like we were at the airport." "Yes, I'm holding." Like there are jokes, but they're not funny really.
No,
like,
it's like
it's
they
kind
of go for the character jokes where it's like, oh, something the character's responding with is like funny because they don't know it's funny or like that's just like how they are.
I mean, it's hard to compare because this is just like a total dunk on Max Landis. But a movie we love, and Bash, all three of us have actually watched it together. The Big Lebowski.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Which is the pinnacle of just being like incredibly funny, incredibly smart, like an airtight script, shot by Raji Deakins.
Yeah.
The Coens, like it is
best of the best.
Just so like laugh out loud funny. but also has like this deep melancholy throughout.
Yeah.
It's just like if we think about Big Lebowski for too long, we will just stop recording and just not give American Ultra the time of day
and just watch the Big Lebowski.
Yeah. but when you are in that lineage of like stoner comedy, like you kind of have to rise to the occasion.
Well, yeah, because I guess the options are, you know, like you have a Lebowski, or you can do like a Cheech and Chong, which is like all gags. Mm-hmm. Or you have this, which is like a weird.
Yeah, trying to be like.
It's trying to be like an action movie. Yeah, it is trying to be like a legit like action movie. Doesn't really take the time to use up the premise. Like I said, have him throw weed in somebody's eyes. Have him smash their head with a bong. Like
there's not even like a trip sequence.
No, there's not a trip sequence, but I want Chekhov's bong.
Chekhov's bong.
Yeah.
There should have been, because there actually is a bong in the first few scenes, and you're like, oh, that's gonna get smashed.
I wanted that bong to come back,
and it is a pretty gruesome movie.
Yeah, it's violent.
It's also it does not age well. It's pretty violent towards the women in the film.
Absolutely,
which is icky to watch today.
Yeah, and
like these women get punched in the face, they get cut up.
Yeah,
they get killed, they get shot. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, and like what,
it's hard to watch.
No man gets killed except Walton Goggins at the end, which is also the early Gogs. We'll talk about him, but
Goggins.
This is a rare miss for me from Goggins.
Really?
Yeah, he's kind of bad in this, I think.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but
I think he starts off good, but he gets kind of worse throughout. Yeah, but
one of Walton Goggins' most distinctive features is his teeth.
Yeah.
And he gets his fucking teeth knocked out in the first scene.
Yeah.
With him.
But that was kind of fun, I thought.
I still got my teeth.
Yeah, but it kind of ends up like...
But how does this movie fucking spiral? Or how does it get...
how
does it lift off?
Yeah, so like I said, so like, you know, he's a stoner working at a convenience store, got his girlfriend, he smokes weed, he can't leave town, doesn't know why, has these panic attacks. And then somebody in the government, let's say Connie Britton and Tony Hale, maybe, like two great character actors.
I was going to say great character actors.
Yeah. They kind of...
they enter the fold.
Yeah, so they get kind of an inkling that, like, you know, their asset, Jesse Eisenberg, who's a part of their MK Ultra program, is getting terminated because they want to, like, you know, hide the evidence and clean slate. So then they send some people after him. They're going to blow him up in his car. He goes out. After he's a run-in with him and Connie Britton, and she kind of like says the code to activate him. He doesn't think it works, but he goes out to see the guys in his car and kills them with a spoon and ramen.
Yeah, so which is a pretty fun scene. But Connie Britton, I guess, is protective of Mike, Jesse Eisenberg's character, and decides to go to West Virginia, which is not too far from Langley. Always love Langley in a movie.
Yeah.
And she goes into like the 7-Eleven or wherever he works, and she says like this whole pattern of things, like mumbled gibberish words. And he looks at her and he's like, I don't know like what you're saying to me right now. But it doesn't activate in his brain until he's, I guess, threatened.
Yeah.
And then his like pupil dilates and then he kind of flips his shit. But yeah, like you said, it's kind of based off like this MK Ultra thing. Which was, what was it, like the CIA in the 50s would conduct experiments?
Yeah, it was from the 50s to the 70s they were doing that.
Where they would kind of have these superior agents through mind control?
It was like mind control, but also it was a lot of like torture. Like it was a lot of torture for them to try to get the best possible way. I mean, it was kind of an era where we were like, we don't know like what the hell we're doing. So let's just like, you know, give these soldiers like a bunch of LSD and see if it like makes them enlightened or it fries their brains. A lot of times it would just like, you know, like just
turn them into vegetables.
Yeah. It'd be like, oh, like, how do we electrocute them enough that their brains might hit a new level of superiority? Nope, he's dead. Okay. Like there's a lot of that. It was illegal.
I found out that obviously all roads lead back to the Germans. The letters MK is the English word mind and the German word for control. Can you confirm, Bosch?
Yeah.
Mind controle?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely evil.
Kind of scary.
Evil because it's based on the Nazi experiment.
And Ultra refers to the highest level of security classification.
Yeah.
MK Ultra.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's based on Nazi experiments.
Which is such like a rich and scary idea. And it kind of brings me to my main point about this movie of like...
You don't see it.
Wasted potential. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because then from there on to kind of like, you close the loop in the synopsis, it's just kind of the rest of the movie is him like, just like, he's running from the cops, goes from place to place, killing people, and then he becomes an agent. And that's pretty much the rest of the movie. There's no like... I was kind of like, I don't think he wants to be an agent. Like, I was very surprised by that ending, that there's like...
Yeah, they're setting up American Ultra 2 or something.
Yeah, and I was like, no, he's just like, be a stoner and live with his girlfriend and be happy, and he'll be like fine. Like he don't want to kill people.
So the film also stars Topher Grace.
Yeah, who's doing something.
Plays like a CIA higher
He's the
up.
villain. Yeah, he's the villain of the piece. He's the one that's trying to kill everybody, and like get a clean slate. But he's doing it unauthorized. He's off the books. And Topher is somebody that I do like a lot. Not good in this.
Not good. And he kind of weaponizes these other MK Ultra victims or
agents,
whatever agents.
Walton Goggins is one, as he mentioned.
Walton Goggins, who plays the character of Laffer.
Yeah. Who his intro is kind of scary.
Yeah.
When he pulls up, he's all in shadow, and you see his outline, and that very distinct, like like outline of Goggins, the chin, the big teeth, and the hair.
Yes. He did kind of. I was like, oh, Joker fan cast, perhaps.
Oh, Joker fan cast.
Riddler fan cast.
Penguin fan cast.
Leguizamo is taking some swings here as Rose.
Yeah,
the drug dealer.
Yeah, he's just immediately saying the N-word.
Immediately says the N-word.
And it makes it even better to know that it was Max Landis who was writing that dialogue.
Especially after we heard the fucking Bright dialogue from a few episodes ago.
I would love if the people at home just went onto their Google search devices and just searched up an image of Max Landis, and then just you guys have a picture of the man who wrote the Latino man who wrote his dialogue of him saying the N-word every other sentence. just so you have a whole image of who this guy is.
And it's not an entirely successful performance.
No, I think Leguizamo he's consistently a fantastic performer. He's not good in this.
Well, it's like a weird thing where it's like Leguizamo, Goggins, Topher, guys we like. Pullman, father and son. But
yeah,
not son's not in it, but just a quick shout out to Bob.
He would be good, and he's kind of doing a Bob thing from Thunderbolts in this. He would maybe be more effective than Eisenberg in this.
This is kind of what I wanted to get into. I don't think Eisenberg is particularly well cast as Mike Howell, the protagonist here.
No.
And I think I came up with a new segment for the show.
Who you would like to see in the role instead?
It's called Back to the Old Drawing Board. Let's reimagine this movie and make it better.
Sure.
So on April 15th, I think 2015, or it must have been 2014, it was announced that Sharon Stone had been cast in the film in the Connie Britton role.
That's good, but I think Connie Britton's fine in this. I don't really have an issue with
But
her.
Sharon Stone would have been good. And sure. Uma Thurman was also going to be that role. And that also got kind of scheduling issues, whatever.
I think that makes more sense, though, if it is like kind of a parody of action movies, like having like an established action star like that.
I also just wish, kind of for both Uma and Sharon Stone, I wish they were both like in more stuff.
Sharon Stone and Nobody 2 opening this week.
What?
Yeah.
This wasn't initially this wasn't going to be a tie-in to Nobody 2.
But it works out really well, actually.
Also worth noting, this is the second of third collaborations between Jessie Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart. They also starred together in Adventureland.
Oh, yeah.
And do you know the film they did after this together?
Oh,
it's kind of the dark side of like a Gosling Emma Stone collab.
Yeah, absolutely. Just two like
Adventure
weird,
Town,
like just
American
two like
Ultra.
Just two like weird like people who are probably hard to be around, like a neurotic.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what is the third movie they were in together?
2016.
2016. So it's not the Batman v Superman.
The Red Cape comic.
Oh my god! Wait, I have no idea.
Woody Allen directed.
Oh, the Cafe Society.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my god.
What a slate that is. And treat yourself.
Yeah. They have no chemistry in this.
And in the Today interview, they're like, so like Kristen Stewart, Jesse Eisenberg, what is it about you two that just clicks? What is it about you two that just works on screen?
Well, because he's a wife guy, and he's like obsessed with his older wife, who's like 5-10 years older than him, and Kristen Stewart is a lesbian, so it's like they just have no attraction. Like they have like zero chemistry. Like I bet like they're friends in real life and probably enjoy hanging out. There's no sense of sexual chemistry.
Nothing's popping, and they don't even seem like fun stoners to hang out with.
No, he starts crying about a tree.
Yeah.
He's like, you would not want to be high around him.
They're having like this Wayne's World scene where they're both like sitting on the car and they're kind of like smoking, hanging out. And there's like this car that's smashed into a tree in the distance. And Jesse Eisenberg like starts crying and he's like, I just think there's something like really beautiful about like how that car had this whole life of like driving around and moving. And that tree was just there the whole time. And then that tree stopped that beautiful car. And then he's like crying. He's like, am I that tree to you?
And that's his only moment of like being like a real like stoner. Like, oh, this guy's so stoned right now. Because
it's not funny.
Because also they're stoners in the way that like in the way they smoke so much that's their personality. And I don't know like that was a conscious choice they were making. They don't ever like seem like, oh, like they're too high to be in the scene. But to me, I feel like it's frustrating because that's the whole premise. Is they're action stars, but they're too stoned. Like how do you?
It would have been funny.
How do you make this movie and not make that choice? Like he's an MK Ultra agent who knows how to kill people while holding a cup of ramen, but he's too stoned. He's like freaking out.
I've got some recastings I want to throw at you.
Hit me with them.
These are not real. These are my recastings.
Yeah.
You throw this script in the fucking trash.
Yeah.
You hire Edgar Wright.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
To write and direct it. You get Ellsworth to shoot it. Because I was thinking about like, is Connie Britton in Nightcrawler? Or that's Rene Russo?
Yes, yeah.
But kind of give it a Nightcrawler look.
Yeah.
A digital kind of Ellsworth look.
I'm thinking Hot Fuzz a little bit more if you want to do. Right. Because it's kind of like a parody.
Then I think you cast either Garfield in kind of a Silver Lake, pre-Silver Lake.
Yes.
And then alternatively, Daniel Radcliffe, who was in Victor Frankenstein, as kind of like a squirrely, bug-eyed, like stoner. I like Kristen Stewart for the most part, but I was looking at like a list of actresses from the era.
That era.
And I was thinking about like either Saoirse Ronan, who's sneakily funny.
Yeah.
Even though she's in all this dramatic stuff.
Yeah. And
Alicia Vikander, who again, I just wish was in more things. Because I really like her. But where's she been? And could she have been in American Ultra?
Isn't she married to Fassbender?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what she's probably doing. Dealing whatever that guy's doing.
Racing cars or something. Didn't he like leave acting to go race?
Yeah, I think he left. I think he left acting to become the master of magnetism.
I recently saw an image
That's
of
what I heard.
Magneto in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is that guy? And my buddy was like, that's Magneto. And I was like, whoa.
All right, who else are you recasting?
That was kind of it.
Oh, wait. Oh, really? You're only recasting those two?
I think the main two roles.
I guess you're right.
Whatever else the movie would be.
Yeah.
I'm not writing this new script for American Ultra.
Well, I am, and I want more bombs. I want more weed jokes. I want more people like too high to function.
Or even a movie like we mentioned, Pineapple Express, which is just 10 times funnier.
10 times funnier.
And also has that action edge.
Also, here's the issue with Eisenberg, who I think is a great actor. I really like him. But it's so good in Zombieland because he's the only one who's not a badass.
Yeah.
So you either have to lean into, this guy's insane, and it looks like he's in every shot, and he's doing all the fighting himself, because that's kind of the spectacle of it. Or like I said, make it so he's so inept, and like, he's so stoned having a panic attack, but he's still doing these things.
Yeah. But he is kind of like a stoner. The one part I thought was kind of goofy, again, not laugh out loud, but I thought it was kind of funny, was his Apollo Ape thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like has this original character
nice little beat.
named Apollo Ape.
Yeah.
And he's like calling his girlfriend at work. And he's like, babe, like, I just came up with this new idea for Apollo 8. Like, I can't wait to tell you about it. And she's like, oh my God. Like,
he should do that.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be a CIA agent.
Like, it was so, and it kind of loses the thread eventually. But like, I was like, that's kind of funny. Like, he's writing this story and has these cartoon drawings of an ape all over the house.
Yeah. And I will say, I feel like we don't get a lot of plot lines anymore that are about like I'm a CIA agent and I'm conflicted about my decision. So I enjoyed seeing the Tony Hale arc as like the guy's at the desk and like he has to help out his old boss, but he's conflicted or he's gonna get arrested for it. I feel like that's a very like 2010s like plot line.
Well, it's weird because in the first scene with Tony Hale, he's like coming on to Connie Britton a little.
Yeah, like he's horny for her.
But then the next scene, he's what I assumed had a boyfriend at home with a dog.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait.
Do you think it was a rewrite, you think?
Yeah. I was like, wait, what is this?
They're like, oh, wait, he's kind of flirty in this scene. They're like, he's gay.
So we're not like totally hot on this movie, but there are a few good scenes.
Yeah, I like the jail.
I just had this written down, the jailbreak scene.
Yeah, where like he kills these two guys out front of his job, so he gets arrested, obviously, and he's held in the sheriff's station. And then here comes Goggins.
Or should we talk about that scene first? His first kill.
Yeah, I mean, like we covered it briefly, but
like his pupil dilates, and he just fucking kills these guys and shoots one of them. Right? He like grabs the gun, like bang bang, and like stabs a guy with a fork.
He has a great reaction to that scene. Like he has like a panic attack, and I was like, okay, yes. This is like kind of the humor I want from it.
Then he gets locked up,
and then it's such a lazy thing of screenwriting, I think, where instead of instead of just trying to give a full explanation like for what happened, well, the character like just doesn't really explain himself. So then the cop can keep being like, well, like I need you to give me like buddy, I need you to give me the truth. Like, tell me this didn't happen. Instead of being like, oh, like these two guys, like, were trying to do something to my car and I confronted them and something happened. I don't know, but I killed them in self-defense. He's just kind of like, I don't know what happened. Yeah. And the cop's like, oh, well, okay, we're not talking. I can't help you. I'm like, have him explain and have the cop be like, I know you're a stoner and you're a loser. I can't help you because I don't believe you did that.
Yeah. That would have been a better way to kind of frame his character. But they don't do it.
No. Max Landis. Boo.
Max Landis bad?
Max Landis bad. It's breaking news.
We're just realizing this.
Yeah, but then two agents came in.
Yeah, then he gets put back in his cell. And then Laffer, Goggins, and some woman sleeper agent shows up.
I've never seen that actress before. This is an interesting year for Goggins. This is at the end of Justified, which he was on for like 6 seasons, and this is the year he kind of had his breakout thing. Because he just wrapped up the Sons of Anarchy. He just wrapped up like Justified. He's about to go into he's about to go into Vice Principals, and kind of enter like his Danny McBride era where he starts to collab with him, and then I believe the Gemstones too.
They're good together.
And he's in Hateful Eight this year.
Oh yeah,
which is kind of his breakout role.
That is, I think, the first time I saw him because I wasn't dialed into those shows.
And I feel like everybody is not like just locked in the same tone. I feel like the note from the director was like, you can go big. So I think Goggins is going big, and it works sometimes, doesn't work. Same for Topher. Everybody's doing this thing where it's like, I'm gonna play like a caricature. They're like, we're gonna go hyper and go big and be like kind of like just kind of a one note performance, and then like it would work. It worked in a movie that was more comedic, I feel like, but it's just not that comedic. So when Goggins is like going so insane, he just feels he was kind of out of place in like this grounded story.
And then it gets boring.
It gets boring.
Like the first, like what we've just described is kind of the most interesting part of the movie. And then at the midpoint, it's revealed that Kristen Stewart
is his handler.
And she's been part of this. She's been like a CIA operative the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I completely check out. And it's like, okay.
Because it's also like a non-issue. Like, like he's upset, but it's not that like, she ever was like Like, it's just the fact that, like, you know, like, she's always loved him.
Yeah.
So you don't ever have to question, like, oh, like, you know, like, was she just trying to use him? Like what's her goal here? She's like, no, like, I loved you the whole time.
Right.
And there's not really any sort of conflict. Like, you know, like, he's mad for a little bit, but then, like, she's in danger and she gets all, like, attacked and beat up. So he's just going to go right back into, well, she's my girlfriend. I'm going to protect her. And also, you don't get, like, you also don't get why he's so good.
No.
Like, you don't spend enough time with him in this town. Like, I like this. I like this weird town, and I like to see, like,
and he can't leave.
Yeah, but he's just kind of like, he's just a loser. You don't really get
Yeah, she's like, I love you. You're the strongest person I know.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, like, show him, like, doing the Apollo 8 stuff and live in this town and show their life together of, like, how he has managed to convince her to fall in love with him. Because you don't get it. It's just kind of like, okay, they're in love. She's an Asian, but she loves him, and that's all.
It completely loses me in the back half. And it kind of, again, there's, like, poorly shot action scenes that keep you interested, sort of. Some gore that kind of works.
His end fight, like, him and Goggins is the same beat over and over again of Goggins, like, walking around the store being like, you're kind of scaring me.
Yeah, there's the climactic fight is in a supermarket.
And it's the same beat over again of Goggins, like, holding a gun, like, you know, like, and trying to find him, and Eisenberg just pops out of an aisle and hits him, and then the gun falls, and then they literally, that beat happens 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, just have a long fight scene and, like, throw cans at each other, and, like,
there's a scene shopping earlier. Carts. I did like when Eisenberg was kind of just grabbing shit around the store and throwing it. But there's a scene earlier where Eisenberg, like, grabs a kettlebell or whatever they're called.
Oh yeah,
you'd know more than me. Dumbbell.
Kettlebell. Yeah.
Grabs a kettlebell, fucking busts Goggins' head open. It's like off frame, but he's like, like, slamming this weight down. There's blood splurting up out of frame, and then he's fine. Like, I thought, oh, he's dead. Like,
he doesn't do the Goggins, I don't think.
Who was he?
I think he doesn't do, like, a random soldier. He's murders.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, how is he alive after that?
No, he absolutely kills that random soldier. But not Goggins. Which is maybe the issue of this movie is there are you know, more of the agents, but nobody else really gets identified besides
Laffer.
Yeah, Laffer and Angel, I think her name is, maybe.
Yeah, whoever else. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Hey everyone, so we here at Shelfwarm actually got to do an interview this week with Jodie Kermit, who was a part of the MK Ultra experiments. So our very own Sam Fenkel, to talk to him and have a little interview about his whole experience. So let's go to that now.
Jodie, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Sam.
I'm sorry. Do you need some water? Your throat seems a little like you have a little bit of a frog.
This is what you sound like at 75 years old when your whole life goes up in flames in your 30s. This is what 17 doses of LSD in 1 hour does to you, Sam.
Jesus Christ. I actually was curious to talk to you about that. I understand you were part of the MK Ultra experiments.
Yeah, as I could describe it for your movie-loving audience, I got reversed American Ultra'd. I used to be a big, buff guy, hot girlfriend who I didn't want to marry. I lived in East Virginia. I was a bodybuilder. They gave me so much LSD that I shrank and shriveled. My arms are like freezer green beans now.
Oh my God, Jodie, I'm so sorry.
You don't know the kind of nightmares I have. I have nightmares where I wake up and I'm pissing. I'm pissing and shitting, Sam.
Wait, this is the dream, or you wake up and you're pissing and shitting?
I'm pissing and shitting in the dream, and it carries over to real life, Sam.
Oh my God.
I'm changing my bed sheets every single night. Every single night, Sam. The issue was, too, wasn't even that bad. They would send me to music festivals. Just have me do 18 tabs of LSD in 30 seconds, and then I would go out and dance to the Grateful Dead for 18 hours, and I never slept, Sam. And that results in me sounding like this and pooping so much that I can't wipe.
So is that why the CIA was interested in you in the first place?
I was such a badass that they wanted to make me an Eisenberg type. They wanted to turn me from a hero to a zero. That was the plan. They wanted to test it out first. If they could turn a 0 to a hero,
if they could
turn a hero to a 0,
they could break you down.
Break me down. Turn my arms to ramen noodles, Sam.
Okay.
Those dingbats in the CIA, those pencil pushers, turned me into what I am today. I'm 85 pounds, Sam.
We're doing this over Zoom. I actually can't quite tell what your size is or your stature. I didn't want to ask.
I'm 85 pounds, 5'2" now.
So did you like the movie?
Have I mentioned that I have no hand-eye coordination?
No.
Like I said, I killed 8 men outside of a Ross Dress for Less, but my hands were so good, and they're registered as lethal weapons to the cops. They let me walk away with it.
Wow.
Now I can't even wipe, Sam. Did I tell you that?
Oh, I think I'm beginning to understand the situation. You're so scrawny that you wake up in your own
filth, Sam,
and you just can't do anything.
I can't wipe. I let it build up until somebody asked me, "Why do you smell that bad?" And I asked them to help me.
I don't know what we were looking to get out of this interview here at Shelf Warmers.
I want people to know that they like freed my mind so much that now my couch talks to me, and he's got some good things to say.
Your couch?
I enjoy our conversations. My couch talks to me. They opened my third eye, Sam. They opened my third eye and they loosened my butthole.
Oh my God, man.
I did write a poem about my experience.
I think our viewers, our listeners would also love to hear this.
You wouldn't mind?
No, of course not.
Okay. This is called Free Your Mind Before Mr. Calculator from the CIA Does It For You. The government is in crisis, and I'm still not wiping. I released my brown. Happens every time I leave town.
Ew.
LSD set me free.
Oh my God.
I love my couch. I kiss him and he talks to me.
Wait, you're in a romantic relationship with the couch? I don't mean to interrupt.
I wouldn't say it's a friends with benefits type scenario.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for giving me this platform.
I'm sure we'll all be looking for more poetry from you.
I'm going to be at the Ross, the Dress for Less every Wednesday night, performing from 8 to 8:30.
Okay, great.
And I'm thinking I'm going to start a podcast after such a positive experience on this one.
I'm not sure how Andrew actually found your contact info, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're keeping busy.
He goes to the Ross Dress for Less to shop, and I run into him there. I work there part-time, but I can't really shelve anything, so I'm kind of just laying on the ground. I'm so weak until somebody asks me where the bathroom is.
Wait, so they find you on the floor and you're already half soiled?
I'm face down, shit in my butt. And they ask me where the bathroom is, and I point. And I get $15 an hour to do that. Because I'm pretty much considered a vet.
All right, man, you're bumming me out. So we're going to let you go. That was Jody Kermit, everybody.
Sam, what the hell was that, man?
I don't know. He kind of scared me.
He seemed so normal over the phone.
Really?
He didn't message soiling his pants. He didn't say anything. He just said he did MKUltra for a couple years and turned out fine.
I do feel like maybe in the future we should vet these guys a little bit better.
I mean, like, he talked to our producer Bash too, and Bash and him are actually getting lunch next week. So I feel like we should try to. We should warn Bash because this guy's insane.
I mean, when I talked to Bash, even after the interview, he was like, "I love that guy. I fucking love that guy." And I was like, "We are never having Jody Kermit back on the show."
We should tell Bash that. I think we should tell him that MKUltra does not stand for Mortal Kombat.
That's what he thought, and he saw the trailer with fucking Urban.
And Bash loves the boys. And he loves them as Bones in Star Trek. So he thought, you might think he's talking to Carl Urban.
Kind of sounds the same, actually.
He's doing a bit of a Billy Butcher thing. Oh my God,
Yui. Oh my God. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And we'll address this off mic. We're sorry, everyone, but we're still going to air it.
Yeah, we'll still air it. It's a good piece.
It's a good piece.
It's journalism.
It's going to go viral. Yeah, it is interesting to think about too, real quick, just like what kind of like where these actors kind of like were in their careers. And for the Eisenberg, like, what was he doing in the mid 2000s? He was just doing like Now You See Me Too. Was that 2010s?
It was kind of this weird thing where like he's not this traditional movie star, but he is a name.
He's a name.
He's bankable in some ways.
He's in BVS.
Yeah, Now You See Me is 2013. Zombieland 09. Social Network 2010. Like, he's in, stuff. And then BVS is shortly after this.
Yeah, and that kind of hurts him,
Similarly,
for a little bit.
Terrible wig.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it might be the same way.
Yeah, they just dyed it.
Yeah, and same for Kristen Stewart, because this was kind of this was right when people were like, she's actually a good actress, and people were being like harsh to her. But she's not really fully had a rebound in the way that Robert Pattinson has, where everyone's like, oh, he's a fantastic actor. Like, she's kind of like somewhere in the middle, or people don't really often like. I think she's not that famous anymore.
I think she's definitely had a comeback in a way that, in a similar way as Pattinson, definitely more than freaking Lautner.
Sure, yeah.
Who's in nothing, but like Love Lies Bleeding was big.
Like what she has.
Happiest Season was kind of popular. Spencer.
I liked Happiest Season.
Crimes of the Future.
Oh yeah, I've not seen Crimes of the Future yet.
So she's out there, but yeah, Pattinson has definitely been more present.
Yeah,
playing one of the most popular superheroes.
I feel like she's in Charlie's Angels, right?
Is that the semi new one?
Yeah, and she's in like
Charlie's
Angels. She's in like Underwater.
Yeah, also. That movie. Is that a show for her?
I think it's 2020. I think, which I think also was written by Max Landis. I think too.
I don't think so.
I think he wrote the first draft and then he got his names like taken off because all the stuff came out. Maybe.
Oh, interesting.
Something like that. Yeah.
Is Kristen Stewart his muse?
I think his muse is probably Chris Hardwick. I want to do a deep dive on that guy.
Maybe
where's he been?
He must be in some show form that we'll talk about in the future.
Hardwick? He's in Lego Ninjago. I remember that because that was like one of the last things he was in before he got canceled. I feel like.
Yeah, maybe we'll do Lego Ninjago. Let us know if you want to see a Lego Ninjago.
I think we also threatened this in the nonstop episode too. I think
we threatened. We did threaten the whole Lego series, if I remember. You want to hear my slate?
I'd love to.
So I'm calling this slate A Country Under the Influence. So these are 3 films that I think are better, much better than American Ultra, but kind of riffing on similar things. So first up, 1984's Repo Man.
Awesome movie. Love
Great
Repo Man.
Fucking movie. Kind of definitely a stoner movie. And similarly has like this slacker character who's kind of the protagonist, who's kind of faced with this kind of extraordinary circumstance and kind of has to navigate this weird kind of 80s Los Angeles.
It is like a genre piece, but like it's funny and weird, like in a way this one is just not.
Yeah, very unique. The parents are stoners in this movie, which I love.
Yeah.
And they're basically just these grown-up baby boomers, which is exactly what the baby boomers are. Like, I love this lens of the parents grown up, the parents who were in the 60s kind of out there on the front lines. And now they're older, they're just like smoking at home watching TV. And that's just like, that's how you have to represent like this hazy stoner culture. I thought about 10 years later, Clerks, Kevin Smith.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which I just rewatched recently on the big screen, which I loved. And I think Kevin Smith has had kind of a downslide just as a creative, filmmaker.
His first like 5 are genuinely really good movies.
It's epic.
Clerks, Dogma, The Mallrats,
Chasing Amy. Those are the 4.
And then like Jay and Silent Bob is all right. Like it's all right like a studio comedy.
I think he does Clerks, Mallrats,
Dogma,
Silent Amy. What the fuck?
Silent Bob and Amy.
But that is that kind of indie 90s Sundance era, completely filled with slackers and drifters. Sure. But even though the acting might not be the best in Clerks, like it's still very genuine and handcrafted in a cool way.
Yeah.
And also kind of a stonery type thing. And that's almost about the Gen X, the more, in a way Repo Man is, but also Gen X of like, kind of like Reality Bites or Linklater's Slacker, like in that same vein. And then the last film I have here is 1994's Natural Born Killers.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which has this kind of Oliver Stone directed. Tarantino wrote the script.
And like, like we got here from Landis and the other guy, really it's a Tarantino and Oliver Stone vibe.
I mean, yeah, you have Oliver Stone directing, Tarantino writing it, Robert Richardson shooting it, who is one of the best DPs. And it's weird because Tarantino, I don't think, loves this movie.
No, he doesn't. But
Tarantino goes on to work with Richardson in all his late era. All the best stuff he's shot is, Django, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Hateful Eight. Like, that's all Richardson. But for the longest time, he was Oliver Stone's DP.
Yeah.
So it's cool that he has...
stopped making movies.
Stop making good movies.
True.
But this movie kind of has those two lovers who are kind of crazy, genuinely crazy in Natural Born Killers. Yeah. And their influence is more from the television. But it does have this also kind of hazy, crazy, drug-induced vibe. It's the style of that movie is just done incredibly well compared to American Ultra, which feels like it's kind of like trying to be it, but it never really fully owns it in the way that Natural Born Killers does. Also, Natural Born Killers shot on film, like I said. But Oliver Stone's run, I just wanted to briefly touch on.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
He wins Best Director and Best Picture in '86 with Platoon, which is like the peak of anybody's career.
Yeah.
Then he does Wall Street.
He's young, too.
He's young. And I think his memoir is all about like his youth into... I think the book ends with him winning those 2 Oscars. Then he does Wall Street, Talk Radio, Born on the 4th of July, The Doors, JFK, Natural Born Killers, and kind of caps it off with Nixon. Just like...
Wow.
Boom, boom, boom. Like, even though some of those movies aren't fully successful, like, genuinely a rock star run.
Yeah.
And that's not what American Ultra is. But check out those 3 films if you want to watch good movies.
I would also throw in the movie like Go from, 99?
Doug Liman?
Timothy Olyphant. Yeah, Doug Liman film. I also think that kind of fits this vibe and aesthetic, too. And... So Sam, let's say you're a stoner working at a convenience store in West Virginia, okay?
It's hard for me to imagine.
Can you picture that? Picture that for me? Let's say somebody comes into your store, starts saying a bunch of words at you, and you think they're song lyrics.
Yeah.
And they say, take American Ultra off the shelf and revise it and give it another shot, please. Would you... kill a bunch of people and smoke weed with your girlfriend and watch American Ultra? Or would you rather go back to living a simple life, work at that convenience store and never watch American Ultra?
I have to go with the latter. Like I said, there's other movies you could watch that tickle the same itch. This movie does not do that. I would take some acid, some MK, and wipe my memory of ever watching this movie.
Yeah.
What about you? Maybe I'll pose you a question.
Sure.
Can I do that?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Either you help poor Jody Kermit off the fucking ground, covered in his own shit and piss.
Yeah.
And you smell it, you feel it, it's everywhere. It's inescapable.
It's in my fingernails.
It's in your fingernails. Jody is a messy dude. Or you take American Ultra off the shelf and watch it.
I think I'm going to leave a Jody face down inside that Ross dress for less. And I am going to leave it on the shelf. And I mean, look, I own this movie on Blu-ray, so this legitimately is a shelf warmer for me.
Why are you only saying this now? It's the end of the show.
I kind of forgot that I owned it on Blu-ray.
Sick fuck.
But I watched this like once or twice when it came out, and I liked it a lot more when I was a kid. I think I mentioned I was a big fan of Max Landis when I was 14 because of his stuff on Screen Junkies. But this is just bad. And I was like
What do they say today? No sauce.
No sauce. I was into it for the first act, like we said, and then I was so bored. I was like, these action scenes are so bad, so boring. I do not care about these characters. I was most invested in Tony Hale's arc, which was so strange to me. So I'm leaving it on the shelf, and I'm gonna kill it with a spoon and a cup of ramen, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Until next time.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Sam.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Shelf Warmers. New episodes drop every Wednesday. You can follow us on social media at shelfwarmers.podcast, where you can send us movies to take off the shelf for future episodes.